Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching this. If you're watching this, today is Tuesday, June 10th, and I'm going to confess to you, I'm actually recording this on June 6th because on Tuesday, June 10th, I'm not going to be here in the morning and I won't be able to record it. And I know so many of you look forward to this. Hey, first of all, thank you for all that you did on Sunday for Heartbeat Denver. People gave food, people served that food, brought it down, mingled with the men there. Thank you for doing that. That's a big thing for those guys, and it's an important part of our church in reaching out to people who are really hurting. That's always important. I also want to tell you that tonight at 6:30, we'll be having a Q&A session in the sanctuary. It's put on by the session. I am the moderator of the session, so I'll be there too. But to get an idea of what you're thinking about these amendments that have passed, what is it you are unclear about? What does it mean for us as a church? And I don't know all these questions. I do know that we want to have some time to at least talk with you about this is what we think it means, this is what it might for sure mean, how does that impact us? And so there's no agenda other than to have a Q&A session about this. And as much we will as many Q's as we can. All right. Today is, in my world, because that's not Tuesday where I'm in, is June 6th. And if you remember, that was D-Day when we went officially into war against the Nazi regime and stormed the beaches of Normandy. And I've never seen that, but I'd sure like to visit that sometime. But it inspired me. Exodus 17:9, tomorrow I will take my stand on top of the hill holding God's staff. Now, some of you were in the military, and although that's a noble calling, it's not for everybody. But regardless, son or daughter of the king, you are made in the image of God, and sometimes our God is a great warrior. When we have convictions about things, that might be part of how we're standing with the great warrior. When we realize I've got to do something. I've got to go talk to my neighbor because God is calling me to do that. And if I don't do that, I'm standing with evil. Or I've got to become a pastor. There's a place for all of us. And sometimes our convictions come out when we try to do this. And I bet we make those decisions every day. How am I going to respond to this person? How am I going to respond to this email? How am I going to respond to my kids or my parents, what they've said to me, things like that. And there are many, many ways that our warrior heart emerges. It's not standing necessarily on a hill and watching battle and thinking about Braveheart and all that sort of stuff. But there is a time when we stand with the Lord against evil, right? I'm not going to let evil have its way. And honestly, sometimes that can be picking up the phone, calling somebody, and making sure that you're reconciled, making sure that you're on the same page, all those things. God's nature sometimes is fierce, calling us into battle, calling us to be brave over things. And sometimes I know I've gotten that call, and yet I've not moved. I've been paralyzed or passive, and I've said, God, how come life is so hard? Fix it. Instead, this is a time I'm going to encourage you to partner with Jesus, whatever it is. Lord, forgive me for being so self-protective all the time. Give me courage. Let me stand in your mission. Let me go out and show me the place that you have for me. Lord, I want to be on your side because there is good and there is evil. And so my encouragement to you, talk to God. Lord, what do you want me to do today? What do you want me to say? Is there a person I need to connect with? Is there um, something I need to do even while I'm driving that shows I'm on the side of you? I want to be different than the rest of the world, and I need your bravery, your courage to do that. I don't know what it is for you today, but I encourage you to talk to the Lord and say, what's my place in your great mission, God, today? What do you need me to do? And it might be as simple as picking up the phone and talking to somebody. And I don't know what it is for you, but I know God wants us on his side. And as men and women, we are made in God's image. So I ask you to pray about that, and we'll see what happens. I hope you have a great week. I'll talk to you soon.